Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I show some tutorials if I can make them. So I'm always coming up with ways that I can do something a little bit easier. I'm not always coming up with it, but that's just how I am because I don't read a pattern and all that stuff, so I don't know how to follow kind of traditional ways because they seem a little bit too intricate, but I have found a really cool way. And this is what I'm going to show you guys how to do, beginner friendly. This is what I've been doing top after top after top. I'm not going to show you guys how to cast on because it's not a pattern video. I'm not showing you how to do like a full design. I just want to show you that like how to make the armholes, and then when or if requested I can do like a pattern or show how to knit this in a super easy way. And yeah, I could do that for you, but I'm not going to be doing step by step on how to make a garment right now, okay? These are 12mm circular knitting needles. I absolutely love them. They're lightweight and they are a nice short, I don't know if you can see the cord, a nice short cord. I absolutely love these. I was hunting them down for so long, couldn't find them online, didn't know how to search them up, but now I've come across them thankfully, and they were like $5, so that's even better. So now I'm just going to be casting on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of what I need is here. And it's good to note this number, so for the later steps you can remember how many you casted on, so you just don't have to recount. So now I'm just going to do the regular knit stitch, and I'm going to do this until I get to the point where I want to show you guys where to do the arms. So I'm just making a short bolero top, so I'm going to be doing the regular thing, so I'll come back once it's time. So I have done my, sorry that the yarn kind of meshes in with the table, whoopsie, but I'm just going to show you guys what to do. So basically I am done what I need to do for the top, and to give you guys some better context of what this is right now, this is this part of the top. Okay, so I've just completed like this much, and then I'm going to add the area for my sleeve. So I don't have markers. These are going to be my markers. I should maybe get some of those now that I'm knitting more so, but that's fine to use some like scrap yarn pieces and just put those to the side for now. So right in the middle, right somewhere in the middle here is going to be 38 here and 38 there. So for you it could be 100 will be on this side and 100 will be on this side. You just want to make sure that you're cutting it in half or kind of meeting the middle part, okay? Or it could be, you know, 60 here, 60 here. So let me just count from the very back of my top. Let me count until I hit 38. Okay, so this is my middle point. And so what I'm going to be doing is now getting the middle point of the middle. So we know that this is the back. We're going to find the middle of this area. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, 19. So I'm going to be putting my first like marker there, because that is 19. Half here, I'm going to also count my middle half here. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then here is my other middle of my other half, right? So what I'm going to do is I can take this marker out because I don't need it anymore, and I can put it here. Right? So we took the half of the t-shirt and we cut it in half. So it's kind of like we did a pie. We took that half and this half, that side and this half, and then we took this side and cut it in half as well. Is I have to see how many I want to have for my underarm. So I know for me it's 14. For you it could be 16, it could be 20, it could be higher, and that's fine. But you just need to know what's comfortable, how much room you want for your arm, and etc, etc. So for me, I know I do 14 underneath. Move my middle marker, but I'm going to remember that it's there in the middle, and I'm going to kind of bring this is where we're making the hole for our arm. So now I'm going to do like this, 2, right? Because we need to take away 14 stitches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Okay? So I usually then, since I don't have actual markers, I can leave this and I'm going to put it where I'm first going to meet it. So I'm coming this way with my knitting hooks. So I just have to remember this marker for myself. I'm going to put that there. That's where we're going to start taking away the 14 stitches. So I just need to know when I hit this point, I just have to do 14 and then I can do my regular stitches. Now let's go over to this side where we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to remove our marker, and you can count just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now that I have this is going to be where we're ending, so I don't need to know that. So I'm going to put my marker right here. And when I hit this blue one, it's going to remind me that moving onward, I have to do the 14, okay? So this is what's going to happen. We're going to go this way, knitting, and I'm going to hit that. I'm going, I don't know the word, but I'm going to like, as if, I'm going to cast off 14. So once I hit this blue marker, I'm going to cast off 14, and then after I cast off 14, I'm going to continue doing my regular knit stitch, and once I hit here, I'm going to cast off my other 14, and then I'm going to do the regular knit stitch after the 14. And that is going to be starting the armholes, and I'm going to show you just to give you guys some other context, because this is kind of the stage or the step that will happen. So basically right now what we're doing is this part of the top. We're doing the base part of the shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my regular knit until I hit my blue mark. And then it's kind of tight, so I just want to loosen it up just a bit. So I have 4 more to do before I hit my blue marker. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now that I hit this blue marker, I'm going to be casting off the next 14. So I'm going to take this off until I need another time, and I'm going to do 14 cast off. So what that is I'm going to go underneath like a regular knit stitch, and then I'm going to grab the last one and I'm going to pull it over. It's a bit tight like that. So I just casted off 1, and then I'm going to do that again. Regular knit stitch, pull that over, regular knit stitch, and pull that over. And then if we kind of take a look here, we're casting that off. So let me keep going. So that's 3, 4, 5, 13, and 14. Okay, so now that I have casted off 14, I'm going to continue doing my regular knit stitch all the way until we hit our second blue marker. So I have made it to that point where I said right before we start doing anything else. So right where we first did our 14 cast off is where we're at, and I'm going to show you the next steps. So what I like to do from here is once I've casted off 14, we can't just like grab the other side and then like keep going, because this would just be too short unless we change that. But what I do after this moment to close the whole circle, and I'll show you what I do to get this part of the sleeve now, like this upper part of the sleeve, I'm going to show you right now. So I kind of leave that hook right there, and I grab the one that is farthest from the string, and I just cast on 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Now don't mind this string here, that's fine. We can always bring that down later. But what is going to happen is now we have literally just casted on 16 extra stitches, which is going to be what we're going to attach and make this whole sleeve work. So now that I've casted it on, we were kind of facing that way when I casted it on, and now we're going to be facing the outside of the top. And I'm just going to do my regular knit stitch. So I'm going to grab my yarn, do the regular knit stitch, do the regular knit stitch all here. Okay. Kind of not too tight. Okay, and now we're almost coming to where it's going to be going back onto the rod. So right now it's not attached, but we are eventually going to attach it. So just push everything close together like it's not even detached, and just continue doing your regular knit stitch. And I'm on the last one now, so I'm just going to do my regular knit stitch. And now you can see it's not attached, but what we're going to do is just literally continue. So I'm going to do my knit stitch like this, and now it's basically attached, or semi-attached, okay? And then now, when you go back, you can see that there will be a full arm area. So now what I'm going to do, what you're going to do as well, is you're going to continue knitting. And once we hit the other spot where we did the cast off 14, so right when we hit here, we'll be doing the same thing, okay? Okay, so now I've made it to the second armhole, and I'm just going to do the same thing. So release the needle hook, release the needle on that side, and just chain on 16, or cast on 16, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm just going to do the regular knit stitch. How I came up with this, guys, I have no idea. It just happened. So there, around, just continue, just like the other arm. Like, it's intricate, but it's simple because the mathematics is pretty basic. It's not like anything extreme. Okay, so now at this point you should have casted off the underarm for your sleeve on both sides, and you should have also casted on for the top of your sleeve on both sides. And now what we're going to do is, now when I continue going, so actually you can see that the sleeve isn't fully attached, right? But when I continue going, this is what I'm creating by doing the next row after I've casted on the top of my sleeve, if that makes sense. So I've casted off this, we've casted on this, and now the next rows is just making the top of this top. So it's not continuing like working here, it's actually going for more the collar area, the more that you continue and continue and continue this way that we are. And then eventually you're going to cast off because you're going to like the neck area, and then this is when you have to weave your needle sticks through, because it's easy to do that because of how everything is set up. Sometimes if it's like this, maybe like a little bit harder to do, I would take my crochet hook and kind of neaten up the chains so that I can feed my needles through. But I will show you just how to do. So I'm gonna just continue doing this all the way around. I'm gonna always give it another like good 2 to 3 rows. Sometimes it needs more for the neck area to be longer. You don't want to cut it off too short unless you kind of want like a tank top. So now that I'm going, I'm literally just grabbing it and knitting, doing the regular knit stitch to attach it. So as you can see, the second row over this is kind of just like bringing it all together. So I'm not going to cast off after I make the sleeves. I'm going to do more rows. For example, I did these 2 kind of extra rows there, and then I cast it off, but I didn't just like stop right after I made the sleeve. I kind of extended that out and then cast it off, and it came out looking perfect. So this, I'm just going to keep going. So the tutorial is basically done. So I showed you guys how to do the under shoulder. This is the over the shoulder, and I'm just going to continue doing a few more rows just above this area. So I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to be working on making these rows right now. So I already have like 2 done, so I'm just going to continue doing a little bit more since I am adding longer sleeves after this, and I want this to be firm. I don't want it to be like a very like not strong collar area, so when I have the long sleeves it's not supported well. So that's what I'm working on now. After you've casted on the 16 over for the top of your arm, this is what you work on, and then you cast off, and then you work on the sleeves. So I'm going to just continue that, and then I'll eventually cast off. But that's basically how I make my arm sleeves. And then I'll show you. So I'll just take this. Oh, wait, actually. Now I'm going to show you on this pink top that I made today, just to show you what to do with the string that is really awkwardly across our armhole. Now this would not be nice if we left this here or had this here from what I just showed you. So what I usually do is it's either able to go up, it's either able to hold up or go down, but I usually hold it down so that it's not kind of like in the way, it's kind of hidden. So I go like this, and I usually grab my crochet hook, and I will go kind of through the chain at the bottom, have my yarn. I'll take my yarn, okay, I'll take my yarn and I will put it down, and I will kind of like feed that through and like loop over and pull and create another chain just to hide. See, I'm kind of going like this. I think I'm doing a slip stitch, I'm not sure, but I'm holding the string. You can see the string, I'm holding that in. That's what I'm bringing with me to lock it in. So I'm going, this is the string right here, I'm bringing this to lock it in, so that eventually it's held down by this, and then this is also going to make it so much easier for me to bring my what do you call it, to bring my knitting needles back. So for example, when I want to add the sleeve, I'll just feed my knitting through these chains here on the side. So yeah, this is what I do to hide that string, right? So that's what I've been doing. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's quite straightforward. The second I got this, I understood it fully, so I hope that that works for you. You can see it's a nice, beautiful, clean finish, and it'll be a nice armhole right there once it's all done. Beautiful and gorgeous. So yeah. Well, I hope that tutorial helped you guys to make some armholes that are super easy. It's easy and it's nice from when you're working from the bottom up. That's how I usually do it. I have not done a top-down top, but I plan on trying it, you know, just for tries. So yeah, thank you for watching my tutorial video. I hope you enjoy. Bye!